this is it. It finally came. Willy's Jeep. Let's open it up. I love how it's also folds. Very nice. It's interesting. Extraction is not bad. Yeah.
Hello everybody, it's me, Unfriendly Porcupine, and today I'm reviewing the XBlock Willy's Jeep Infantry Scout Car. Yes, they went with both names. They couldn't decide which one, so they legit went with both. It says so in the instruction. Anyways, this set contains 475 pieces and retails for about $20, give or take. I seen this set go for $25, $20, $17, just depends on where you get it from. Other than that, let the review begin. Of course, you also get all of these awesome extra guns and accessories, which we will talk about later. Hello, figure, hello. We'll pop you out and demonstrate you later. Now, unfortunately, I never got a chance to actually get the original set. Thanks to scalpers buying them all up before I ever got a chance to get one, so yeah, thank you, scalpers.
Just imagine how much we'll get for these things on the internet.
These little orphan alien dolls go for 5 times what you pay for them in the stores.
I must say, the knockoffs, they kind of surprised me here. I was not actually expecting them to replicate so many of the authentic molds. You can tell where they actually invested into new molds. They made this awesome window piece a new mold. They made the front bumper part a new mold. They also gave you these wheels, which, believe it or not, are actually not facades. They are actually full entire wheels. And the cool part is you can even take them off. Yes, they actually bother giving us fully rubber tire molds this time with no wheel facade. I know, it's a shocker. I'm really glad they actually went with that. They actually invested into their molds. Like, yes, good job, XBlock. You can see up close with the actual tire, good, it's actually decent quality, a little bit more harder, but let's actually compare it with an official Mega Bloks Call of Duty wheel. Now this right here is an actual official Mega Bloks Call of Duty set. I'm taking this to actually compare the wheels together. Now you can actually see here the difference. The right over here, this is the knockoff wheel, and the left one is the Mega Bloks one. Now you can see the rubber wise, it is just much more nicer, higher quality. Versus this one right here, it's a little bit more thicker, just slightly. However, both of them work. This one's just a much more nicer, softer one, while this one's just a little bit more thicker. So you choose which one you like. Both of them actually work, and I'm actually surprised how close the knockoffs got to the actual mold. They legit straight off knocked it off, and they did a really good job of it. So very much appreciate knockoffs going the actual extra mile and actually knocking off the correct one. Because they could have easily went with that classic facade Humvee Hammer wheel set thing. They did that with the BTRs, but they actually went out and they put in the effort in this. This right here is the knockoff version. Spins pretty nice, and here's how the official version spins. Both of them spin nicely, but you can clearly tell the official one spins just slightly better. So overall, like, you can pull this off and you can have fun sliding it around. Also, where have these speckles gone? Do you remember how the original one actually had speckles? The knockoffs advertised you getting speckles, and yet you don't get any speckles at all. Now, this can be a plus or minus depending on the way you look at it. The original real-life ones, they actually had usually no speckle. They usually just had like maybe dirt, like the factory clean, very nice fresh ones. Of course, they don't have no speckle. That's what Mega's version was trying to simulate. Like it was actually in combat, on the battlefield, getting dirt, scratches, and all sorts of things like that. Here, however, it also works just actually being a nice solid green color. So, personally, even though I would have liked to have a speckle better, aesthetic-wise, I'm not going to take points off of that. And also, plus, look what here came with the instruction. They didn't advertise no speckle over here, only on the box art. So, I'm not taking points off of that. But hey, at least they actually managed to do prints. They gave us a star over here, which actually looks pretty nice, and they also gave us that number print over there. However, what's not very nice is they advertised you getting a star right here. See? Right there. But unfortunately, it's not actually there. Now, you can take that as a plus or minus. I just don't like the misleading advertisement. But I think the reason why they didn't give you a star is because since it's like two pieces instead of making it one nice solid flat piece. But overall, I'm very surprised they actually managed to knock off this front part. Oh, and of course, this piece actually opens up. And, of course, locks in like that. Mwah! Very glad that the knockoffs actually managed to do this part very well. This part is very close to the original. You can just see how it opens up in there. And there, of course, are the engine parts. Engine parts look decent. At least they made it some gray colors in there. You know, they actually did some of their homework. And it does look like a decent engine. Of course, Megas is a bit better. But you can at least see they actually got the correct front mold. If you take this piece off, let me just show you. Oh, of course, I also took off the bumper. Which is just, of course, that knockoff-ish solid gray color. The light gray color. To me, I'm just not a big fan of this color. Anyways, you can see that's the actual mold they knocked off. You just insert the light pieces and these care package pieces into it. Very nice that they knocked off this specific mold. It really does add on to the aesthetics. And of course, bumper attaches right over here. Ta-da-da. Also, another thing to note, they actually just went with the square tile pieces instead of going with another smooth piece over here. Flipping it to the underside, you can actually see they did incorporate some of the underneath engine compartment detail pieces, you can see. So, at least I'm grateful for that. So, good job knockoffs in that department. They actually gave you two of these pieces, which of course you can move around if you wish. Do that stupid... Actually, since the vehicle is so tall, you can legit just... knock that piece off, but surprisingly it drives because the vehicle is actually quite tall. But that's no fault because they were knocking off Mega's design. Exactly. So, just like Mega's was kind of tall, this is also kind of tall. But I'm not taking points about that. Overall, it's really good. Also, another thing to note, you see with this design over here, to make the little wheel guard piece, if you place it on here, it kind of stops the friction of it. You can see a little bit. So, what you do is just lift it up slightly, that way it can spin a lot more smoothly. Otherwise, this will happen. Just a thing to note. Also, instead of giving us the pickaxe, they went with shovel and hammer. And of course, these other accessories that usually come with it. All just done in that nice chocolatey brown color. Nice. Let's turn this around to the back. You can see they also have the other wheel they actually gave you. So yay, you get 5 total wheels in this set. Of course, this is how this one comes off. Not like that, but you kind of get the point. That's how it looks underneath. They actually gave us the red lights, and those red lights look very nice. And of course, moving on to this side, you can see over here, they also gave you the jerry can. Now, if you remember on the original official set, they actually placed the jerry can over here, but they decided to, let's go ahead and place the jerry can over here. I followed knockoffs exactly instruction for instruction, so that's why I placed it over there. Also, another thing, the original one, of course, had the more official World War II style turret, while the knockoffs legit straight up just used the more modern one. Also, it doesn't come with the nice yellow bullets that were on the original one to the side, but however, look at how nice and smooth these spins. This right here I can forgive because it just moves so nicely, like thank you knockoffs. You knock this off very well. If you just place a figure in like, that's gonna look awesome. Speaking of which, let's actually go ahead and try that out. So we're gonna take this World War II figure and place him in there. Of course, that's actually how the seats are designed in there. They're actually designed pretty well. Or one of the things you can also do is already automatically attach them to these pieces. Da-da-da. All right. And of course, this piece attaches over here. And there it is. you can actually pull off that aesthetic pretty well. Yeah, that legit looks pretty badass. I cannot lie. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so good job, Knockoff. Good job in demonstration. Moving on, let's look at the interior. You can see that's how the chairs were designed. Of course, ripping off Mega's official design. Overall, you would think the knuckles would just be loose in there, but surprisingly, they actually ride in there very well. You can see that's also how they did the steering wheel. The original one over here actually gave you the console print, but in here they decided not to give you console print. But if you try to stick the figure in there, you can actually stick them in very nicely. And not bad, there you go. Surprisingly, like, you don't have to like finagle or try ridiculously hard to get the figure in there. Just all you honestly need to do, and that's it. It's done. Figure can go broom broom. Have all the fun it wants to have. Also, this interesting thing on the side is not that very interesting. This piece right here is the little glass piece, little light piece, little mirror reflection, whatever you want to call it. This piece right here, regardless what it is just a pain in the butthole to constantly assemble. Why? Because the way it's attached, it constantly falls off. So you see, you attach it in like this, but if you want to rotate it, it just pulls the piece off. Like, damn it. You know, you usually don't want that. Like this piece, when I rotate it, it doesn't pull that piece off. However, this one on the side, I personally would just take it off for mine, but since I'm following instruction, I'm keeping it in for the point of the review. But you see, that thing it constantly comes off. Especially if you try to readjust. Nah, man, it's loose now again. That thing just got so annoying. And of course, what about the big, awesome cloth piece? Well, we can also talk about this piece, and surprisingly, the antenna rubber piece is so nice, it's so smooth, it's so They have really upstepped their game in terms of the rubber pieces. Like, yes, this is like Reassure quality. It's a really good rubber piece. Knockoffs have managed to knock off this piece very well. In terms of this piece, you can see what it looks like underneath. For the actual cloth piece themselves, you can see that's how the texture looks like. And it actually hooks up to this awesome glass piece, the window piece. And yes, Knockoffs actually bothered using the correct window piece. Thank you, Knockoffs. They didn't have to. They could have just put in two glass style pieces like they did with the other sets. But here they actually gave us the proper one, and thank you. And just like the official one, this one can actually open up. Yes. So if you want to let some air vent, or if you just like eating flies when you drive, you know, flies, dirt, all sorts of things getting into your thing, well then there you go. You can do that. Very nice feature, very much appreciate that. Now of course the way this is attached, with this cloth piece it was a pain in the butthole trying to get this piece to latch onto it. Since there are actual no holes, you have to create the holes. Roll clip. So you can see over here there are actually supposed to be holes to attach. The instruction says there's actually supposed to be holes in it. But when you try to place them on, try to get that thing underneath, it's just a pain in the butthole. Why weren't the holes already made?
I totally agree with you.
Since the hole can be smaller, you can use a toothpick to enlarge it. Just like so. After a pencil and a toothpick, finally got it to work. Damn it. Okay, come on, come on. Yes, yes, we finally got it in. Now looking back at this, you're probably wondering what the hell happened here. Well, this on the left side is how Mega actually designed the set to be, and this on the right side is how Knockoffs decided to use it. I just left it that way to show as an example. But you can see, based on the way Knockoffs, that's how they hold in. They don't hold in very nicely. You can see right here, this is the way they actually told me to place it. So yeah, not that much fun.
That's pretty helpful.
So, the better way to do it is to not follow that part of instruction and actually insert it in the long ways. So So you see, the way they put it over here, it's more of the tall way. The better way to do this, I also love to just take off this piece so it doesn't get in my way, is to put it in like this. Then once you make it going through, you just attach it through like that. And there it is, I got it in. Then after that, all you need to do is just twist this. Uh-oh. I guess it's just way too tight for that. Oh no. Boom. Oh, no. Okay, there it is. I got it in, but this piece now came off. Now you can kind of see this piece. Unfortunately, it was designed to be rotated like this, using this green piece over here, but it just slides on the attachment and then comes off easily. I mean, that will look very stupid without it. That's why you need this piece. Mega's version of this design was way much more better. But for what it is, and for knockoff standards, this is actually pretty good. You can just rotate these pieces. The green ones. You attach it onto like that. Then on the other side. Opa. And there it is. And that right there basically holds the structure together. Now that I got it fully properly assembled, that's what you can actually do. And yes, you can actually pull off the proper aesthetic. So that's very good in that department. Overall, I very much like how they knocked off Mega's design here. They did it excellently. Damn it, that piece already fell off. Like, come on. That's exactly what I was talking about. But speaking of which, all of the other pieces here, they don't fall off that easily. This is no desert truck. That desert truck was, horrible in terms of way it just falls off.
Tell me about it.
Also, another thing about the back I forgot to mention, you see this piece right here. This piece was actually designed, this piece, the way it attaches is actually designed to hook in this piece, you see? This piece with that piece is designed to be, see, that hook piece is designed to attach to the truck's hook piece, so you can actually pull it aside, like so. Unfortunately, with this piece, the way it's designed and implemented over here, you see it towards the back side. That's how these studs are attached. But when you try to attach them, this is what happens. It doesn't fully attach, because unfortunately it's just a little bit too skinny. See, that piece, it already presses against the wall, but it hasn't fully attached to those studs there yet. Meaning, it's always going to be attached at an angle. You see what I'm talking about? If you try to attach this piece over here, you're gonna push the piece out. You can't do it. You can't attach this piece over there because there just simply isn't enough space to attach the stud. So, how do you pull off that trick? Well, you have to partially attach it. Yes. Ugh. Not that much fun, but it's the only way to make it work. Over here, you have to just partially attach it. Yes, understand that it will not be fully attached. Yeah, damn it. Unfortunately, it's just thanks to this knockoff design.
What is this madness?
Now that you understand the problem with this piece, this is how it attaches to the actual official set. There it is, boom. I got it on. So yes, the knockoff version can actually pull off this trick. Ah, no!
Oh, great! Just great!
Damn it, it was so close. It had the job, it almost did it. Damn it, it almost fucking did it. Okay, maybe then I'll hold. Okay, and it's... Oh, damn it.
Idiots!
And of course, speaking of design, we can actually go ahead and take off this top piece over here, even though it's so nicely assembled. We can just take it off. Remove this piece. Cha-cha-cha. That's how that removes. And you can see over there, that's how the pieces were attached with the hole. Just move those aside. Yes, I actually had to make these holes. Then when this piece, you just do that. Take off those two pegs. And opa! Now you actually have the Willy's Jeep without this piece. And that's an excellent version to actually play with it. It actually gives you a lot of more customization. You also get a much more better view of what the interior looks like. The wheel over here design is just attached like that, so you can move it up and down. You can see over here for the wheel piece, it rotates if you need it to rotate. It's not a smooth rotation, but it does rotate. Yeah, but at least it moves up and down very nicely, which is very good in terms of if you want to put a figure in there. Opa, no, figure bad. Okay, there it is, good figure, good. In terms of putting in a figure, you just do that and done. Well, then you just lower this down so he locks in place and opa, now your figure can drive, vroom, do all the fun stuff. And of course, if he wants to eat bugs, do that. That works out very nicely. Also, let's say he's kind of tired of window. He got bored of it, right? He thinks it's in the way. It's okay, you can just do that. And the cool part is, you see this piece right here? It moves up, but you can then lock it in place. Boom. Because of these two studs. So now it will permanently stay in place like that. Now that to me is an awesome feature that the knockoff stole from the official. Very glad that they implemented it here. Of course, remember this top piece over here? For the proper aesthetic, you can attach it back onto here. Opa, and there it is. Of course, if you try to open this up with that thing attached, that piece will come off, and then this piece will come off. So, when this thing is closed, don't try to open up hood. It should be common sense, but just saying. Oh, I also completely forgot to attach this piece, which is supposed to actually go right over here. Let's attach that piece back on. Another piece fell off. Where did it fall off from? Of course, it's this piece. Oh, and of course, for the awesome back seat, you want to attach another figure. For example, the official Call of Duty figures. You can just easily do that and actually fit 4 figures in there. Of course, it is more comfy with just 1 figure in there, but you can do that. Put that one in there. Put this figure in here. And it kind of gives you an idea of what you can do. And yeah, that does look pretty awesome. Cannot lie. Now there is also a second mode to this set. You see this piece right here? It actually can attach over here in the middle. Attach it in there and opa, now you have this piece. Now why would you want to do this? It's because it gives you another position to actually use the turret in. Let's say if you want to attach the turret over here. There it is. Can move up and down and then of course follow. Personally, I way much more like it better when it's just attached over here to the side. It just looks better, functions better, like mwah. But you also do have that option as well. And here is figure number 1. The regular soldier who has, of course, annoying boot tricks. Also, no figure stand. Remember those awesome figure stands? The Call of Duty official one actually had figure stands, while the knockoff one doesn't. Could have easily implemented those. Of course, annoying boot trick is here to stay. I really don't like these parts. Wish they made the full thing green, so then at least I can paint the boots black. But hey, at least they actually gave us glove molds over here, which is of course a nice touch. They gave us the World War II vest over here. The head mold over here is decent with the whole dies. But my favorite part about this figure is that helmet. Oh, it's just the most nicest rubbery mold. Just look at this. Oh yeah. It is just so nice to squeeze. Oh man, they really did it right. Oh, if you compare with the official Call of Duty one, you can see the official one actually has speckle in it, while this one doesn't. But man, does the knockoff one actually come very close to it. It's a bit more rubbery than the official one, of course. Right here you can see just the differences. That's the official one, less rubbery, while this one's very nice and rubbery. Personally, I think the rubbery one actually adds a bit more to it, because it just makes it so nice and so easy to attach. Opa, and there it is. However, one of the things, since it's so ridiculously rubbery, if you try to take off the whole head mold, the hat usually comes off before the head. So you see, you can do that, but oftentimes what happens is that happens. So make sure when you grab it by the neck or by the chin, if you want to pull off the head. Well, in terms of that, that's basically done with figure. Moving on to the Capitan. Or shall I say the General. Well, whatever, the guy with the big coat. Now you see, knockoffs, they actually did a really good color with the coat. The coat over here is not bad. You can see even it looks very nice, right? However, here is the big downside and the big fuck up they did with the coat.
Better hope they don't blow it.
Listen carefully or look carefully. Look at how they did this mold. Listen to this. Yeah, it's nowhere near as nice as the previous ones which were just so smooth, soft rubber. This coat legit feels like a plastic. It doesn't even feel rubbery and nice. That's the most I bent it. It legit feels like if you bend this thing too much, it's going to just snap and rip off in two. I much prefer the nice rubbery coat material they did back in the day. Oh man, it's like, damn it, knockoffs, you do one thing right and then take 2 steps back. Damn it, knockoffs, damn it. Why can't you ever get it right? You did it before, you did it right before. Why do you do this stupid shit? It just makes the coat not fun. It legit feels like it can just snap off like that. I really don't like that feeling, personally. But at least it attaches that peg piece decently. So I guess that was what they were trying to go with. But then you see that always just stays there with it. I personally just really don't like that. Really poor choice in the terms of material quality they use. Also, another thing, look what they did here. Not only you get annoying boot trick, you also get annoying butt and wiener trick. Yeah, thanks a lot, Knuckles. Why the fuck did you have to go with that orange color? Like, damn it. Couldn't you have just made a green color like you did for this figure? What? Does this Capitan General guy like to wear orange underwear over his pants? Like, come on! Or is he just so damn scared of war that he legit soiled himself? Like, tell me, why you had to pick at that brown urine color? Why'd you have to pick it with that color? Come on, Knuckles. Now my Capitan's always gonna look super goofy. It's like, hey, man, Commander, did you soil yourself? And yes, Commander's gonna be like, yes, I did soil myself, I'm sorry. Like, damn it, Knuckles, you had one fucking job, why do that? This is like a new law. Annoying boot tricks I already got annoyed by. Now this shit is even way much more annoying than annoying boot trick.
And I never want to see it in our home again.
Stupid Knuckles, why? You could have easily just not done that. This is the part that just annoys me too much. Also, another thing about this boot over here, unfortunately I think it might have been just the molding, but you see over here, it kind of easily comes off. That's one of the things I noticed about mine in particular. Just kind of does this, versus this one right here didn't really have that problem. Also, another thing about these leg molds up here, the older model was actually much more better with the rubber. It attached way much more nicely, way much more smoothly. While this version, you kind of have to like push it in like that, especially at the first time. Personally, I still prefer the original leg mold overall. It's like, damn it, Knuckles. They do one thing right, and then they fuck up so many other things. In terms of the arm quality, you can see the rubber still does that annoying thing. This right here can be easily fixed up with oil, but man, that is right there not that much fun. However, for the figure head mold, it's actually the exact same head mold. It's just a different hat that is used. But the hat over here is a very nice rubber too. It's a little bit more thicker than the green helmet over here, but overall it's still a really good one. You see, it's more of a thick rubber, but it feels very nice, especially at the top. Like, this is a very nice, satisfying. It's like the most smoothest eraser you can possibly have. That's what it feels like. Oh yeah. And of course, it attaches easily. It's just such a shame. These figures could have legit been super duper awesome. Oh man. Actually, I can take it off completely, the coat, and just show you how it's done. You can see, at least it holds its shape very nicely, so it's not gonna have that whole folding in thing on you. But personally, I'd rather have that. You can kind of see what it does over there. It just constantly feels like these pieces are gonna just rip or snap. That's what it legit feels like. Oh man. It's such a hard plastic. And look at that, now the colt is fully stretched out. You want it to be fully bent in now? Ugh. Just to compare Mega's quality, they have none of these annoying problems. Like, look how smooth their hands move. Like, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Uh-oh. Think this handle just came off a little bit loose. Knockoffs at least don't usually have that problem. Yeah, their hands kind of just stay in place. But man, having no annoying boot trick. Imagine if knockoffs just knocked off that mold correctly. And the coolest part, they actually did. WWII was able to do it. But for some reason, XBlock just cannot learn from WWII and implement a similar feature. Ay, ay, ay. Starting with the accessories, you also get this sniper rifle. Now this sniper rifle, this is actually a first time this has happened to me. You see that grip point right there? I've always attached that grip point onto the knockoff figures. They had no problem. Official figures' hand would always snap. But now, unfortunately, the knockoff one has also snapped, attaching it like this. You can see right here, on the actual hand, it actually snapped. Oh, damn it. Why did that have to happen? See that right there? Nah. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. So now that's a first one and a new one for me. Usually I said knockoff hands were able to handle knockoff accessories. But I guess this sniper rifle is just a no match for them. Don't even bother trying it with the official figures. You will regret it. It will absolutely snap. So don't even try it. But damn, now even the knockoffs can't survive it. Funny part is, WWII accessories never ever have this problem. It's only XBlock ones that are a little bit too thick for their own good.
Can you grasp that simple concept?
What about the rest of the accessories? Well, you get this awesome piece, all of those PUBG style accessories, but in that orange color. Unironically, it's actually the color of this guy's soiled underwear. So, if you like that, color, you can actually have it. However, it's actually a very nice good tan color, especially for the AK right here. It makes it perfect because now all I have to do is just paint the center part silver and I get that classical AK color. So yeah, that is good. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time they actually done this whole entire mold with the weapon PUBG accessories in this specific color. Though they may do it again. But it's nice, at least they do a different color. This right here proves they can do a different color other than just black. Of course, you also get this plate, which is actually kind of relatively new. Now, to save you guys time, I already showed off all of these accessories in the Battle Dome video. So if you're curious about all of these accessories, you can go watch that video. I'll just save your time here. However, this new interesting piece right here, which is the pistol, that piece was actually missing in my Battle Dome set. It actually looks like a deagle. Moving it on to the other side, there is no attachment, but it does look very nice. And of course, last but not least, you also get two of these. 1 and 2. So that's very nice, all of those awesome accessories, your claymore. So yeah, this set gives you a good amount of accessories. You can see over here for the instruction, Willy's infantry scout card, they legit said it. When I talk about the actual thing, you see, that's exactly what I mean. Willy's Jeep Infantry Scout Card. XJ791. Oh, look at that. This set thought it deserved an A. Ah, that's cute, knockoffs. That's cute. Very glad they actually showed you off all of the pieces you get. That I very much appreciate. It's actually kind of similar to how Mega does it. And here's how they actually show you off the instructions. So you see how you build everything, very nicely displayed. However, none of the baggies over here were numbered. Also, another thing I really appreciate what they do is when they do this, tell you which correct one to use. Another thing I also love to do, they actually show you the arrows of how pieces go in, which is very, very much appreciated. This is just like the real Mega when they actually do this part. So overall, the building instruction process is very easy. Of course, the build is a bit more complex, but with the instructions, it's not hard. Also, very much appreciate when they do this little flipperoo, when they show you how the other side attaches. That is a very, very appreciated feature. Very much appreciate when they do that. And also, you can see over here how those arrows attach, making it very easy to understand where all the pieces go. Skipping aside, they also show you off the second mold where you can just easily remove that. Put those pieces on there, remove that. Then attach this piece, and then you attach that over there. So it gives you two of these options. You can convert that into that. Completely up to you, and of course they show you how to assemble the figures. And you see, this is what I was talking about. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. They really meant for this figure to have the annoying wheeler and butt trick. Ah, damn it. They could have just made this mold green. Why they had to do that? Stupid fucking knockoffs. Everyone, it is final judgment time. For the aesthetics, I give this set a 7 out of 10. I really wanted to give this set an 8 out of 10, but they just fucked up the figures. Man, if they just didn't fuck up the figures, I would have easily gave the aesthetics an 8 out of 10. Because they got the correct molds, they actually bothered giving you prints, not stickers, prints. So I always very much appreciate that. Of course, they also could have speckled it, but that's more, I guess, subjective because the real one is usually not speckled. For the playability, I give this set an 8 out of 10. They did the core features very well. They knocked off those parts very well from the original design of Mega Bloks. So all of those awesome playability features, you get them here. Of course, Mega's version, obviously by far way much more better, but unfortunately Mega's version is not available now these days, unless you're willing to pay an arm and a leg. I don't want to do that. But you also, on top of that, get a lot of accessories to play with. The only thing that was a downside, of course, was this sniper snapping my hand, which was, bummer. But hey, you at least get multiple playability options over here. For the value, I give the value a 7 out of 10. Overall, it's fair, decent value, but they do give you a lot of accessories. So I should have actually gave it an 8 out of 10. But there's just, they forgot the fucking figure stand. I really think that would have just added on the value a lot more. At least they would have made the figures a lot more bearable. Also, another thing I really wish they put in that they forgot that they could have done was a care package. I always love when knockoffs include care packages. It's just one of those things they could have and easily should have. Just two simple pieces, World War II style, would have made Unfriendly Porcupine ridiculously happy. That's it. That's all you had to do. Really wish they put that piece in, but oh well. And last but not least, for the build, I give the build an 8 out of 10. Because Mega's design was so good. That's why the build is an 8 out of 10. Because knockoffs replicated Mega's design so well. If it weren't for Mega's design, knockoffs probably wouldn't have been able to develop a really good build in that sense. Oh, and of course, they didn't do that stupid cheap shit with the wheel first, so they actually made it the correct wheel. Like, yes, thank you. But overall, actually, as for the build, the pieces don't fall apart ridiculously, except for that light piece over there. Ugh, that shit is annoying when it falls off. And that brings me to the final score, which I gave a 0... Not a 0.75, oh gosh, it's not that bad. Yeah. For the final score, I give this set a 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid C. Overall, just average.
Oh man, this is all I need.
Now my comrades, before you go, I'd like to hear what you guys think about this Willy's Jeep Infantry Scout Car. Did the knockoffs do a good job here? Did they do a bad job here? Have you actually bought this set? Let me know in the comment section down below your experience with the set. Other than that, my comrades, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more reviews just like this one. Take care, my comrades, and thank you very much for watching.